میخوایم بیایم شرایط دریافت وام توی ویزاهای اقامت دائم رو بررسی بکنیم، ببینیم که برای خرید خونه چه جوری هستش. ببینید کلا شما اگه بخواید یه خونه بخرید توی استرالیا، معمولا اینجوریه که 10% رو باید خودتون داشته باشید، اون پولو به صورت نقدی. حالا جدیدن یه مدلایی اضافه کرده بانک که توی کرونا مثلا کمک میکنه که حتی با 5% هم افراد بتونن خونه بخرن، ولی ما عرفش رو 10% میذاریم. 10% خونه رو باید خودتون داشته باشین، 90% رو میتونین درخواست وام بدین و از بانک وام بگیرین. البته این به این معنی نیست که خونه با هر قیمتی دوست داشتین برین مثلا درخواست بدین و بانک هم بیاد وامش رو به شما بده. شما میتونید خونه ای رو در واقع درخواست بدین که در واقع شما به اندازه 6 برابر حقوقتون میتونید وام بگیرین از دولت. یعنی فرض کن اگه حقوق شما $70,000 در سال هستش، یعنی ماهی مثلا 5-6 هزار دلار حقوق میگیرید، بابت این $70,000 شما میتونید 7-6 تا $420,000 وام بگیرید از دولت. حالا فرض کنید که مثلا یه خونه حدوداً $500,000 میتونید برید بخرید شما، چون $500,000 کمتر دیگه، $470,000 میتونید بخرید، چون 10% خودتون که میدید، اون مابقیش هم که 6 برابر حقوقتون بهتون وام میدن. این برای ویزاهای اقامت دائم و شهروندی استرالیا است. اما اگر در واقع بخواید با ویزای بیزینسی یا ویزاهای موقت 491 489 بخواید خرید خونه توی استرالیا انجام بدید، کلا یه مقدار مشکل میشه کار. با ویزاهای بیزینسی خب و اقامت موقت کلا وام نمیدن توی استرالیا، یعنی وام نمیتونید بگیرید برای خرید خونه. البته وقتی اقامت دائم گرفتید که قطعا مثل پیارا شما هم میتونید وام بگیرید، ولی تا وقتی که ویزای موقت دارید نمیتونید در واقع وام بگیرید. من کامنت ها رو باز کنم، پیتر رو به برنامه بیارم که خیلی هم وقت کمه.
Good evening.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, Mustafa.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Sorry, you've been waiting for me about maybe 14 minutes.
That's okay. I think I'm going to give you a job as a mortgage broker. You outlined the process of buying a house very well. I like the terms that you covered: mortgage insurance, stamp duty, the contract terms. That was really good. I loved it.
I was trying to tell them in Persian, but sorry if I was telling something mistake. Do you know Persian?
I don't know Persian at all, but I can pick up the terms, the English terms that you mentioned.
Okay.
As you're
Yeah. Very happy to have you here, Peter.
Thank you.
I'm glad. Actually, we have got about 60 people here, and they are interested maybe in the future or maybe now to buy a house in Australia. So I have got a few questions to you. May I start my question?
Yeah, absolutely. Fire away.
Okay. I just want to ask you that do you think buying a house in Australia in general is good or not as a kind of investment?
Yeah, look, buying a house allows you to have security in relation to a roof over your head. So home ownership is definitely something that's aspirational here in Australia. And in regards to property investment in general, over the longer term, I think you find it's about a 7% return that property investors, if you buy well, can actually earn on that investment. So buying a property for investment purposes in Australia is something that is very commonplace, and many people are aspirational to own not only the property they live in, but also to have an investment property as well.
Yeah. I just want to translate a little bit. ایشون خب میگن که برای سرمایه گذاری میتونه آپشن خوبی باشه خرید ملک توی استرالیا، و اینکه حالا خیلی هم به جای همین که خونه دارن، همین که در واقع میتونن در کنارش یه دونه ملک سرمایه گذاری هم توی استرالیا بگیرن. Thank you. My next question to you is that imagine a person who has got a permanent residency or is a citizen of Australia, and this person wants to buy a house. What are can you outline the steps actually in terms of how much should they need to buy a house?
Yeah, so in Victoria, which is the state that I work in predominantly, because each state will be slightly different, but if you're a permanent resident or an Australian citizen, the first step that you want to try to do is to have, as a minimum, have 10% of the property value in savings. In that scenario, you do pay an extra cost, which I think you spoke about, LMI. You'd pay mortgage insurance. In the perfect world, you have a 20% deposit plus the cost to purchase that property to cover stamp duty and the like. And so that way you wouldn't incur those extra costs. Depending on the amount you want to spend on the property, changes that question. But if you want to buy up to $600,000 here in Victoria, as a permanent resident or a citizen and a first home buyer, 10% is actually enough to get you going. If you want to buy over 600,000 and you start paying stamp duty as a first home buyer, then the costs change, and all investors pay stamp duty.
خب ایشون میگن که برای اینکه خونه بخواین توی استرالیا بخرین 10% خونه رو باید داشته باشین اگه خونه زیر $600,000 در ملبورن، در ویکتوریا. اگه بالای $600,000 باشه، چون که باید در واقع اون استمپ دیوتی یا مالیات هم بدیم بالای $600,000، خب اون استمپ دیوتی هم باید داشته باشین. یکی اینو گفتن، یکی هم در مورد LMI گفتن که ما در موردش صحبت کردیم. من الان میخوام یه سوال از ایشون بکنم که یه نفر که اقامت دائم یا سیتیزن داره چقدر باید کار بکنه تا بتونه بره وام بگیره و چند ماه بعد مثلا فیش حقوقی داشته باشه تا بتونه وام بگیره. My next question to you is that imagine I'm a permanent resident of Australia or a citizen. How long should I work for my employer to be able to to be eligible to apply for a loan?
Yeah, look, that's different depending on the lender that you go to. Some of the major lenders here in Australia, as long as you're employed full time and you've been in that role at least one day, we can actually get you a solution. Now,
that's good.
Yeah. But if you're asking me in general, how long is the norm is 6 months at least if you're an employee, and sometimes up to 12 months, depending on your type of employment. If you're self-employed, then that's a bit of a tougher question, and you really need 2 years financials experience to get the best and the widest range of lending choices.
میگن که خیلی بستگی به اون بانکایی که بهشون اقدام میکنین داره. در کمترین حالت ممکن یه روز، حتی با 1 روز میشه اقدام. یعنی یه روز شما کار کرده باشین برای کار، حالا قراردادی داشته باشین که نشون بده مثلا برای آینده میخواین کار بکنین، میتونین برین اقدام بکنین. ولی تو حالت عمومی و نرمال 6 ماه معمولا حساب میکنن. اگر هم که کار برای خودتون باشه، یعنی خودتون کارفرمای خودتون باشین، باید 2 سال از اون کارفرمایی خودتون گذشته باشه تا بتونید برای وام اقدام بکنید. حالا من میخوام از ایشون سوال بکنم در مورد ویزاهای موقت، در مورد ویزاهای بیزینسی، ببینم که راهی داره که مثلا ویزاهای بیزینسی وام بگیرن یا اصلا کلا ایشون توصیه میکنن یا نه. Peter, my next question goes to business visa, especially the one with 188. Do you think there is a way to get a loan or apply for a loan for those people who are coming, especially from my country? So many people with business visa are coming to Australia. So do you think there is a way to apply for a loan or not?
Yeah, so we had a little conversation offline about this, and I went and did some research for you in anticipation. There are solutions available for 188 visa holders, but there's just less choice. So at the moment, I can see 2 lenders that would consider that scenario. You need a larger deposit. Okay, so in general, you might need a 30% deposit to be able to make that happen. And the most important thing is that on a 188 visa is that your income is in Australian dollars. So you're earning income here in Australia. That's really important under that visa class to be able to get you a home loan.
They have to have income based on their actually visa criteria, but not actually they have to have income for only 1 year. So it means if they come to Australia and they establish their business but they don't have any income yet, that means they cannot apply for a loan. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah. So the normal criteria of being self-employed under that visa type, 188 still applies. So you're most likely going to have to be here at least 2 full tax years. So depending when you arrive, to qualify in that. But then after that, we do have lending solutions with the major lenders, with 2 of them, where we can actually make something work.
And do you need that kind of permission as well?
Yeah, so in that scenario, yeah, you need FIRB, so the Foreign Investment Review Board permission each time. So I heard you speaking about contract conditions before. In this scenario, if you're a 188 visa holder, you would add another condition to the contract and make it subject to the Foreign Investment Review Board, because otherwise you may have a problem with your contract.
Yeah, may I have time to translate because I might forget. Yeah, that was very good points you mentioned. میگن که در مورد ویزای 188 میگن که خب من امروز ازشون خواستم که یه بررسی اگه میشه دقیق‌تر بکنن ویزای 188 ویزای موقت. خب اطلاعاتی که الان دارن میدن جالبه. میگن که بعضی از حالا بانک‌ها قبول میکنن که وام بدن ولی 30% پیش پرداخت خونه رو میخوان و میگن که اون 2 سال بیزینستون باید گذشته باشه، حتما درآمدتون تو استرالیا باید شروع شده باشه و درآمد داشته باشین تو استرالیا و میگن که اونجایی که میرین، حالا من یه سری واژه‌های انگلیسی بود متوجه شده بودم، همونجایی که میرین خونه رو بخرین که میگین subject to finance, subject to pest, subject to building و اینا، میگن اونجا یه دونه subject دیگه هم شما اضافه بکنین، subject to این که به من اجازه خرید خونه بده، اون سازمانی که گفتم What was the name of the website? The organization?
Yeah, FIRB.gov.au.
FIRB. اون FIRB رو که میرین مجوز بگیرین که بهتون اجازه بده خونه بخرید، وقتی میخواین خونه رو بخرین یه سابجکت تو اونم بزنین، بگین آقا به شرط این که اون به من مجوز بده من این خونه رو که گرفتم، یعنی اگه من رفتم اون مجوز نداد همه پولایی که بهت دادم اون باید بهم پس بدی. اینم خب نکته خوبی بود. من الان میخوام بپرسم ازشون که آیا بیزنسی هم تو این حالت باید 6 برابر درآمدشون وام بگیرن. Peter, and does that rule apply in this situation that they can apply for 6x their income?
In general, yes. The serviceability for how much debt they can incur is the same. The other costs that are incurred as a 188 visa holder is that the stamp duty is slightly higher. So the stamp duty is a slightly
8%.
Yeah, 8%. Spot on. Yep. So in Victoria, 8%. In New South Wales and Queensland, different.
8%. Sorry to interrupt you. 8% plus that 6%. Is that correct?
I don't believe so. It's just 8%.
I think it's plus. Okay, I was reading one article and it was saying that 8% is plus the stamp duty. That's not my legal advice to anybody. So.
we need the conveyancer on here to check. But, yeah, exactly. There's an extra cost being a foreign investor, and also the FIRB will charge a fee as well. For processing your application for Foreign Investment Review Board in approval. Depending on the situation, that fee, if you aren't successful, can be refunded. So it's not always incurred if you're not successful, but again, that is just case by case.
I've heard that FIRB has waived the fee these days because of the COVID-19, but still I'm not sure again.
Yeah, that may be on a case-by-case situation, and the application of approval or not approval, it's different every time. Like if foreign investor is trying to buy prime farmland or land that may be future development, that will have a different application than an investment unit in the middle of Melbourne. So yeah.
In general, I think people with business visa. In most cases I have seen, they wait until their permanent residency will be granted, then they go and apply to buy a house. In most cases I have seen this.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. There are significant costs that are above what you would normally incur. And if you're here on a 188 visa and you're self-employed, you're going to have to wait 2 years anyway, really, to get a loan.
Yeah.
And after 2 years, you'll have a different perspective on what you want to achieve, and you might just well, permanent residency is only another year or two away. I might just wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I just sorry, we have just 2 minutes time because Instagram will close the live after 2 minutes every 1 hour. خب ایشون گفتن که در نهایت حالا یه سری صحبت‌های احتمالاً خیلی متوجه شدن این که یه سری هزینه‌های اضافی روی بحث وام ایجاد میکنه، نشدنی نیست، ولی برای ویزای بیزینسی هزینه‌های اضافی ایجاد میکنه که در کل شاید منطقی نباشه خیلی گرفتن خونه با ویزای بیزینسی تا وقتی که ویزای دائم گرفته نشده. در کل به نظر من خیلی شاید منطقی نباشه. من ندیدم کسی معمولا این کار بکنه. با ویزای بیزینسی معمولا نمیگیرن، صبر میکنن اقامت دائمیشون بیاد معمولا. به هر حال میشه برای این بررسی بیشتر کرد. همین دیگه. البته میدونم شما سوالاتی هم داشتین ولی خب احتمالاً دیگه فرصت نشد دیگه. Peter, thank you very much, and I just want to ask you for another actually live, because in this live we didn't have that much time to go through details. So
happy to come back and do it again.
Yeah, next time with more details about
for sure.
I totally recommend Peter totally recommend. I like you. I told you so many times. Yeah, I like you. Your job is really good, and I totally recommend you to every people who are looking for a loan.
Happy to help.
And so many people are saying hello to you and just
hello. That's great to hear.
Okay. Thank you very much, Peter.
All right. Thanks, Mustafa. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Take care. Bye.